What's up, tubers? This is really fucking bad view. I don't know, man. You know what? Whatever. Deal with it. Here to chit chat anyway. It's all about fucking bullshit. I spent a lot of time today. I was off of work, and I want to make a very simple cable. You know, I have tons of 75 coax mini coax to make nice RGB cables, and I was using my regular SCART cable for my Genesis downstairs on my Beast. I said, you know what, let me make another one from upstairs, and since we're going right into the Extron matrix switch, I'll just make a 9-pin DIN, mini DIN, to what's it called? Not RCA, BNC. To BNC, right? You know what I'm saying? So, easy enough. I got nice mini coax, fucking nice, you know. So I got 4 strands. Audio's on the Sega CD, comes out the fucking jacks. These regular RCA connections. So I don't bother even running that down my fucking cables. And you know, I put the fucking 75 ohm resistors in the mini DIN, the 9-pin mini DIN. Nice, and you know, it's supposed to be on the outside of the fucking cable. And heat shrinked it. It was beautiful. It was fucking beautiful, right? Ran the 75 ohm cable. I mean, and you gotta remember with those cables, the ground wires are massive. So you get them all together, then you put it into one. Then you gotta solder it onto the fucking the outer ring of the 9-pin DIN. And it's a pain in the ass because you have to do it after you slide the thing in, because it has to go on the inside, so the outer stuff goes on there. Whatever, it's a fucking hop in the ass. But anyway, did it. Continued on, nice. Then I get the other side. I want to put the 220 microfarad capacitors in there on the end of the cable there, where the BNCs. Well, actually, I'm using RCAs. And I use RCA to BNC adapters. It's the cheapest, easiest way to do BNC. Otherwise, you gotta buy specialized fucking crimpers and all this other shit. And I got so many specialized crimpers and cutters and everything else. I don't need another one. Fuck BNC. So I just buy the adapters. At this point, they're like 10 cents a piece, if that. So you buy the RCA to BNC adapter, and you just run RCAs. So I got some decent RCAs, you know. And I had a stack of 220 microfarads, and I found a nice way to really fit them in there. You know, with the strain relief would still be on the fucking cable, the BNC capacitor would be built into it, and nothing would get in the way of nothing else. I can show you pictures, but I ain't fucking getting up. And that took a while to get the capacitor. It took 3 different revisions of getting the capacitor wired in there and everything else, so I was satisfied with something where it was proper strain relief. The capacitor was never going to short against none of the legs, and it was good design. So I got done with that, you know. And so I put 75 ohms on, and 220s on the fucking the red, blue, and green. Now, for the composite sync, I run into an Extron switcher, which accepts TTL sync. My Genesis outputs TTL sync. Bada bing, bada boom. Everything should be good. I don't know. So, you know, I run through that, then it goes to the OSSC. You know, the OSSC, I turn everything on. The OSSC fucking reports, it locks onto the sync. It shows a green LED, because it always will show it red if it doesn't lock onto the sync. And my TV reports the resolution of the signal. It's a Saturn LCD. But I keep getting a fucking black screen. What the fuck? And if you, I don't know, going crazy. I'm like, alright. doing this, doing that, doing that, doing this, doing that. Fucking to get down to the fucking nitty gritty. And on the fucking Extron matrix switchers, the input impedance is 510 ohms on the horizontal vertical sync or your combined sync thing. It's 75 ohms on the red, blue, and green, so everything's cool there. But on the input of it expects a TTL sync. But the Genesis output's TTL. So anyway, I'm like getting pissed off, so I look at my cable, I spent this much time on this end of it with the fucking capacitors, this much time on that end of it with the fucking resistors. I said, I'm going to cut it in half and see, maybe if I use one or the other end it works. Well, came down to was, this is so stupid, I don't know why, but if I put a 220 microfarad capacitor like I did on the regular red, blue, and green lines on the composite sync, the C-sync, works. Now I had the scope out. I mean, I was looking at, I couldn't get a picture, so I couldn't do a widescreen like with a test card. So I had to use whatever with the Sega CD intro fucking video thing there was my, levels. And like at first I looking at the 2, 3 sync, the red, blue, green. Red was offset by 2 volts, like a DC offset, as if like the capacitor I put in there wasn't working. So I replaced the capacitor, and it still had a 2 volt DC offset. And I hooked up another cable that worked fine, and that one, it read the same way. But then other times, I guess because depending on what the video was, I don't fucking know. It read different ways. Anyway, long story short, short story long. I put a 220 microfarad capacitor on the fucking sync line, and everything worked. Now I don't bother putting the 470, 460, 480, whatever the fuck you want to do, to TTL, to why lower the voltage on that, because the Extron matrix switcher accepts TTL sync. It has a 510 ohm input impedance. Obviously, it accepts a 5 volt, and no matter what you fucking input into it, you can put a 0.3 volt sync, you can put a 5 volt sync into it. Whatever you put into it, it outputs a fucking 5 volt strong ass ba-boom fry shit if it's not ready for it sync signal. And then you have this, so what you basically do is you throw everything you can at the matrix and don't worry about it. And the output from that, depending on what you're outputting that to, if it expects a C-sync 75 ohm normal 0.3 volt peak to peak C-sync signal, you taper that down with a resistor, and hopefully with the voltage divider on the resistor network will brings it to the correct voltage level. You can look at it with your scope, it's easy to see. What's interesting to see though, even though the Jenny outputs a TTL sync, supposedly, it only was giving me on the 510 ohm input impedance of the Extron. It was only giving me a like 1 volt peak to peak signal on fucking on the C-sync. The only difference with the fucking capacitor is whether it had a DC offset or not. But I got a picture and it's working, so I'm a happy guy. So if you're stuck and you can't get your fucking cable working using C-sync from a Genesis, I tried the 32X2, gave me a blank signal too. I almost brought my XI upstairs, but I only brought the cable I was using with the XI just to compare, which is the one from the retro cables in Florida, that chick that makes them. And she's got that, I actually have the one that has the amplifier in it. And I gotta say, the amplifier does amplify it to about 2 volts peak to peak on the 510 ohm input. I'm not sure what the 75 ohm input, how high it would go. But it's about 2 volts peak to peak. But see, I'm running to the Extron, so I don't give a fuck. Downstairs, though, I'm running into, I'm putting it into another Extron, the RXI, so I don't give a fuck down there either, so it don't fucking matter. I like Extrons, but the output is TTL sync, even when it's combined, which is odd. I don't know why they do that. You know, usually separate sync is TTL, combined sync is 75 ohm, 0.3 volts peak to peak. And sometimes it's negative, sometimes it's not. I don't know, man. I wasn't there to make the rules, but I'm here to fucking deal with them. So anyway, if you got issues and you can't get your cable working, because I have a couple of cables from the British guys that weren't working for shit. There ain't no capacitor on the fucking the C-Sync on the one. The other one uses composite sync, but the one uses C-Sync. Neither of them fucking work, and none of them have. I forget if they don't have the capacitors or they don't have the fucking resistors. Oh yeah, they don't have the capacitors. They only have resistors. No coupling caps on the red, green, and blue. Just resistors. I don't fucking know. At least the chick from Florida, she has fucking the resistors in the DIN plug. Because I measured it. They're in there, in the DIN plug. And then she has the capacitors, the coupling capacitors, in the SCART head. Alright? People ripping on her for an amplifier circuit. Look, I don't know why she made that one. But apparently, maybe if you just added a capacitor, it would have worked. But if she wanted to make it most compatible, who knows? There's so many different revisions of Genesis. Maybe she wanted to make one thing that worked with everything. And she, you know, I don't know. As far as I was concerned, she was doing the right fucking thing. Because her shit always worked. You know, people are already now doing better now. But, you know, give me a fucking break, man. The motherfuckers been selling shit for how long, man? How long have they been selling shit that's been fucked up? You know what? And making fucking money off it. So, forget about it. Anyway, if your C-Sync ain't working, throw a 220 microfarad capacitor on there, on your Jenny. And there you go. There you go. It worked for me. If it don't work for you, let me know. I will try to repeat your circumstances and measure with my scope. Or not. Later, people. Love you all, man. Take it easy.